Welcome back. It is Sports Central. My name is Bladon King. Twitter, Evan Fontaine, are still with me for company. And now we talk about football stories around the world. Let's begin the conversation and with the CHAN draws. And when we talk about the CHAN, we're talking about home base players in Africa joining to represent their country at a championship. But the postulation was, just yesterday we talked about it, and that the CHAN competition was built to start February, but it's been postponed by CAF and would be hosted by Kenya, Tanzania, alongside Uganda, East Africa. And one of the concerns that led to the postponement was that of facility. Well, yesterday at the Kenyatta International Conventional Center, the draws were out, and Nigeria found themselves in Group D alongside defending champion Senegal, Congo, as well as Sudan. Well, let's have that conversation. Fontaine are smiling already. What it has to do with this one now, but Nigeria's never won this tournament. 8th edition of it would be now, and we're looking forward to the best position they've done. I think it was a silver medal in 2018, and we'll be looking forward to going even further this time. The last few editions have not been able to qualify. When you look at this group now, Nigeria in Group D, alongside defending champion Congo and Sudan. Is it something possible to go past the group after qualifying ahead of Ghana, and then they go past the group even further the tournament?
I think it's a very difficult group. Well, I must tell you it's the most difficult group because Senegal are defending champions. I think Congo I can see as well, of course, pose a major threat to Nigeria's progress to that particular group. So it signals every symbol of seriousness for Nigeria. However you want to prepare for this particular CHAN tournament, you have to prepare better. Thank goodness the date has been shifted to August. I do not know whether they'll still be camping up until August, but they have to find everything seemingly possible to ensure that they get the battle of Senegal, they get the battle from Congo, Brazil to qualify from that particular group. Sudan could possibly be, of course, whooping boys in that group, looking at the quality of teams in there, but don't take nothing away from the very fact that every single opponent of Nigeria in Group D are strong opponents, and they, as a matter of fact, have to take that game with every amount of seriousness. And I feel if the boys, of course, do better, just like we saw at the qualifier stages, then qualifying from that group is quite possible.
Qualifying from the group, quite possible. Fontaine, I know you have some thoughts regarding this, but before you share your thoughts, we'll look at other group. Group B has Tanzania, Madagascar, Mauritania, Burkina Faso, Central African Republic. Central African Republic did push Cameroon out of this particular one. And Group C would be Uganda, Niger Republic, and Guinea in that direction. As long as Group D is concerned, where you have Senegal, Congo, Sudan, and Nigeria. And Nigeria now not really found that balance when it has to do with CHAN competition. And most often than not, we always talk about the quality of the home base side. And now they've qualified for the competition. What are the expectations considering the group they are in?
Well, first of all, I'm worried about the shifting the date of the particular tournament coming up, but it's now shifted to August. So I think it's going to affect the momentum that the boys were riding on, because now you're shifting it to August. What happens? What if our players who are in form at that moment, get injured or something happens to them?
They have to be informed.
Well, definitely. I know.
It's not about your players alone, not a country.
Sure, but I'm sure the momentum is going to shift a bit now. It's not going to be the same, team who were, already camping. Right now, they're going to have to go back to their club side. It's not going to be the same thing for them.
Yeah, there might be changes in terms of the following player, because the player might drop form, sure.
Exactly. So now, and for the group stage, we have, I think, Senegal, Congo, we have TP Mazembe there. I'm sure they're going to bring the bulk of their players from TP Mazembe. Also in Sudan, I don't think Sudan are minnows. We have Al Hilal Omdurman in that particular league. So have the most quality players there. So I think CHAN Eagles.
Who do you have in Nigeria?
Well,
football.
We have Rabiali
from football club.
So I think
Rangers International.
Definitely. So I think it's going to be difficult for the boys. I don't think that group is easy at all. Sudan, Congo, and Senegal. I think Nigeria might even fare better against Senegal, because I always look at
they are the defending champions.
Yes, Nigeria.
No pushing.
Senegal are physical football. When you want to look at the West Africans, we play physical football, and Nigerian teams are always ready to go toe to toe with any team that plays physical football. But when you play against a team like Sudan, we know the North Africans, they rely on the speed from the wings and all of that. So it's always different when you bring that style of play to when you place it side by side with the West Africans like Nigerians. So I feel Nigeria might just find it difficult more against the Sudanese than the Senegalese side.
All right, which would that based on the point Fon has made. A question many would ask is, but when you look at Senegalese league, not the most popular league to talk about, but they found a way to win the CHAN competition. And somewhat somehow, it could be a mentality of the national team. Remember, at the time, they were also champions in Africa. And then taking it up now, I'm funny to bring a postulation, but one angle to look at it is when you look at North African leagues, sometimes you have other players from the West and from other parts of Africa, Southern Africa, who go to play in that league, so that club sides are very good. But the nationals now coming out, because that could be an argument for Senegal being able to win it. Not the best of leagues to talk about, but in terms of the quality of players they've got who are locals participating in the tournament.
I think it has to do with this year most especially because you do not expect the boys to play in such not so quality league, but as well do quite well. It has to do, of course, with them starting from the grassroots level, developing passion for the sports called football, and I think that's what we've seen cutting across the national team. Not just at the level you've made mention of the senior team who won at some points the African Cup of Nations. They have dominated at some points the continent of Africa, and I think at the moment one could also look at the very factor that a quality league could also post quality players. But then, if you do not have skill to play, football, even in a quality league, you can still go to the continent of Africa and fortune your lives. So I think at the moment now, the Senegalese football, not so quality league, as a matter of fact. But starting from the grassroots, we've seen this player develop more, and even to the national team setup.
The final will raise talent.
Absolutely. So I think at the moment, it is not just a case of quality, but the quality of individuals also playing at the national team level.
Oh, whatever David says, on the other hand, you have to consider the raw talent that exists in these countries beyond just the league. We'll see what happens. The CHAN competition takes place in August. It's been postponed from February to August. And the countries hosting it, Tanzania, Kenya, alongside Uganda.